Normally, I do not cover DSP versus the internet. Even though, granted, I do have the purple snort on my cauldron, I really don't like DSP versus the internet, due to the solitary fact that every single time that he tries to react to something, he skips over content, doesn't even bother inputting anything when it comes to intelligent conversation and discussion, and just goat laughs, tahas, and just stares at the screen. Most of the time when people do react content, there's at least some substance to it. You know, the try not to laugh challenges where they're trying their damnedest not to laugh. But in Phil's case, he just doesn't seem to understand what react content is. Knowing this, he's believing that his channel is dying with good reason. Then the gold dust happened.
And here's another one. This guy makes fun of me. Let's skip his stupid intro.
He wants to skip over the intro because anytime a detractor does anything creative or has an intro, he'll skip it because fuck giving him a shout out, even though the name of the detractor is in the title.
He makes fun of me for my review of cup noodles. If you're not aware, when I was playing Final Fantasy 15 many years ago, so this was like 6-7 years ago when it first came out, it was a new release, they had cup noodles in the game, okay, as a product placement advertisement.
Yes, we know about the cup noodle product placement in Final Fantasy 15. We already know about this, Phil. And we know about the fact that the reason why you bought cup noodles is because of Final Fantasy 15. We know this.
So I decided that I was going to actually do a cup noodles DSP Tries It, back when I used to do DSP Tries It, which was like a taste test show, but also other products I would try.
Yes, we know what DSP Tries It is too, Phil. My God, do you have to repeat everything that everyone already knows about DSP Tries It or why you made the cup noodle video?
I said, let's do a head-to-head taste test between the shrimp and I think the other one, was it chicken? I can't remember what the two flavors were.
So he remembers the fact that he did a cup noodles taste test, in quotes, for DSP Tries It, but forgot the flavors miraculously. Huh.
So I did it, and basically, it was entertaining because, you know, it's not a high-level show. It's not professional.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
I kept using a spoon to try to eat noodles, and the noodles would, like, slip out of the spoon or whatever.
Get on with it.
With a brand new DSL Tries It. Okay?
God damn it, Memology, why you do that?
Now, for those of you that don't know, DSL Tries It is a series where I basically eat things and put adverts on the videos so I get paid for eating, basically. Excuse me. Anyway, so...
Yeah, I love how he's like looking at it going, yeah, sure. Even though what Ludacris is saying in the video is absolutely fucking true.
What you can expect from this sort of video is shaky camera work, and my hand will feature heavily because I point at things on screen because, well, my viewers are quite stupid and they don't know what I'm talking to. So if I say I'm trying this and I don't point at it, they won't know.
He's having a problem with me pointing at things in a video. He thinks that's bad, that I pointed at something in a video. Would you prefer to just stare at the noodles on the counter with nothing?
Oh my fucking God, he's putting way too much thought into this. Phil, what Ludacris did is that he noticed what you do in every DSP Tries It, is that you essentially point at any object. You have your hand heavily focused in the video as well as the product, and then you talk to your audience like they're fucking stupid. It's like, oh yeah, you can get this at your local grocery store. You can do that. Oh, it's only at McDonald's. It's only at Burger King. It's only at this, only at that. And yet you think that was good enough. And also, the fucking advertisement on the videos, that's what you've done as well, Phil. You monetize it as a series for you to make money off of trying out food. That was your shtick, Phil. Shtick. In quotes.
But this guy...
What the fuck was that? Like, hold on. Let's go back a little bit. What the fuck was up with that gesture? You could tell that his detractors know him to a T. They know the shit that he's done, the mannerisms. and yet he has nothing of value to say after that. Instead, he just does the shrug of, I guess, and I don't know, fuck me.
But this guy actually has a problem with me pointing at things in a video.
No, he wasn't having a problem with you pointing out things on the camera. He was pointing out a mannerism that you did.
His criticism. And shaky cam, well, yeah, because I'm using my hand to film. I did have it on a tripod filming me for the third person segments. Okay. And you notice he keeps going with his nose. That's because I have post-nasal drip.
Oh God, bringing up the post-nasal drip again. Oh my God, these people are horrible. Oh, they make fun of my post-nasal drip. Oh.
And when I eat, my post-nasal drip tends to kick in. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like humidity or heat or cold. But when I start to eat, my post-nasal drip kicks in.
Bull fucking shit, Phil. There are times where you have not eaten anything, or you would have drank something, and your post-nasal drip does not kick in. So you're just making shit up to make yourself look like the victim, and that Ludacris is a horrible person for making fun of my medical condition.
Let me tell you guys something, all right? And I'm not trying to get sympathy or whatever.
Bullshit. You do this all the time to make yourself look like the victim, and everyone else is an asshole but you.
It's not nice. Every time I eat a meal, I've got snot dripping down the back of my throat. So I can't fully enjoy meals like other people do, because every single time I try to eat, I have to deal with that. And I have to be clearing my throat and blowing my nose. Half the time when my wife makes dinner, I have to have tissues at the table.
No, that is also a bunch of fucking bullshit, because every single time we've seen you eat anything on DSP Reacts, we do not see you blowing your fucking nose. Not once have we ever seen you blowing your nose. We have not seen you do that at all when you eat food. Again, you're making this up to make yourself look like the victim.
So when I'm eating, I can blow my nose to taste the food. Okay?
Also, what? What? Hold on. What?
Blow my nose to taste the food.
Who does that? Like, I get, like, someone who's sick, it's like, they eat something, it's like, hang on, guys. Oh, I can taste the chicken. That just makes no sense.
Okay? But people think it's funny. Oh, that's funny. No, it's a medical condition. It's not funny. It's something I've had to deal with my whole life. It's not funny to make fun of someone for having a medical condition.
Phil, just stop. Stop saying that, oh, I have a medical condition. Stop using the medical condition as a fucking crutch. That's what you're trying to do here. The reason why Ludacris brought up the snorting and the clearing of the throat is because that's shit that you've done in all of your videos. You've been doing it. No food, no drinks nearby you. And you're doing it constantly. They're like I said, the mannerisms. Pointing it to a T, and they got it down right.
It's something that's been prevalent in my videos for 15 years.
Yeah, you being disgusting for 15 years, and yet somehow people love it when you snort and clear your throat and belch and fart into the mic. They love it so much for 15 years.
Because I've always had it. I don't know why people think it's funny to make fun of someone for having a medical problem. Right?
Phil, just stop. You keep doing that a lot, though. The snorting, the clearing of the throat. You do that all the goddamn time. You never once think to mute your mic to do it. That's why people can hear it.
If this guy had, I don't know, a chronic cough because he had a problem with his lungs or a problem with his throat, would I make fun of him for chronically coughing? It's a thing I can't solve. I've been to doctors for it. There's no solution for it. It just happens. I've had it my whole life. It's hereditary. My dad has it too. Oh, make fun of me because I have to do this in my video so that I don't have snot pouring down everywhere in my respiratory system. Oh, you're really funny. You know, good on you that you don't have medical problems for people to make fun of. But make fun of me because, again, I'm a YouTuber who makes videos that are popular. I make money and a living doing it. So make fun of my medical shortcomings because I'm the target.
Oh, there's a lot to unpack right now. I was thinking like 3 things. Now it went down to like 4, 5, and 6. First of all, If you saw someone making fun of you and they had a chronic cough, you would make fun of them for it. Oh, he keeps coughing too much. Ack, 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 ack. You would do that. Also, number 2, the medical condition again. Oh, stop making fun of me for having a medical condition. Yet you'll make fun of someone who has depression, a mental condition. You've done that before with Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy is in the stream chat, whining and complaining, saying that I never talk to anyone unless they tip me or they send me money, which is completely false. All he's been doing is sitting there all night complaining that he's depressed and no one cares. And everyone's basically ignoring him because you're like, dude, we just don't care. You know, you come in, the first thing you say is you're depressed. And what are we supposed to say to that? Now he expects that I'm going to derail the whole stream to talk to him live. So let's do it. Super Meat Boy, how you doing? You're really depressed tonight, huh? You're really depressed. Gotta derail my whole stream and be negative in the stream chat because no one's paying you attention. So now I'm paying you attention, all right? So here we go. How you doing? Now you're getting the attention you want. So let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Here we go. Super Meat Boy. Here we go. What's up? What's going on? Now he's not talking. Now he's silent. I give him his time to shine. Everyone's ignoring him. And he wants attention. I'm giving him the attention he so craves. And now I hear no response. Where's the response? What do you want to talk about? What's going on? Crickets. Crickets. Alright. So there you go. Exactly. See, here's the difference, guys. I can tell the difference between someone who's being legit and someone who's literally just trying to derail the stream. And there you go. Crickets. And now he says, I'm not even listening anymore. Alright. Great. Well, now you can be timed out for derailing the entire stream. You complained. You just derailed the whole stream. So now we give you your time to talk, give you your attention you so crave, and then you don't pay attention. Well, now you can sit outside the stream for 10 minutes. Good Lord. You know, sometimes you got to realize that streams aren't just about you. That maybe, just maybe, there's a streamer trying to put out content, and there's other people watching. And it's not just about you. I'm just saying.
Again, you will berate someone for it, and you'll also make fun of them for it. Number 3, which is the fucking my dad has post-nasal drip. Not once have we ever heard anything about your dad having it. You'll like to bring up other people in your family having it when they don't have it at all to make yourself look like a victim. God. And also, let's continue onward. The easy target. Phil, you make yourself the easy target by the way that you act. Your personality is an easy target because you always go into defense mode when people make fun of you or they bring up criticism towards you. Immediate defense mode. It's always like that. All the goddamn time. Also, oh, the money. I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, congratulations. You've been on YouTube for 15 fucking years. And yet you're gonna bring this up like it's a fucking point. I've been doing it for 15 years. And it's still disgusting.
But God forbid the camera ever turned towards you. Because I'd probably find way more funny to make fun of on you than you ever did with me.
Yep, there we go with that. There we go. Back to the point I made. He would make fun of him for it. He would make fun of anybody that makes fun of him who has a medical condition. He will make fun of it. But then we'll play the victims like, but they were making fun of me first, you guys. I don't understand. Why? Why y'all hate me? Why y'all laughing at me?
Fuck you. Anyway, let's continue. This guy's hilarious so far. So I can't point at things. That's not allowed. And God forbid I have a medical problem. Okay, let's...
Goddamn, Phil. It's all based around mannerisms. Did you even not look at the title of this video and see parody? No, I think you just skipped it.
Continue. What other ingenious things he'll come up with to criticize me with?
Oh, trust me, Phil. He'll come up with a lot more ingenious things than you ever did in your 15 years.
So for those of you watching, I'm trying this. Is about $10 million, okay? So basically, Square...
Anyone having fun yet? Anyone laughing? Me!
Yes, Mimology, I'm laughing. Thank you for the clue. Because essentially, everyone's laughing at it because you're losing your mind with it, though. And we can see your expressions that you're getting annoyed. That's why people are finding this hilarious.
Do I do this in my DSP tries it? Do I shove my fingers into the raw food that's not cooked? What is he doing?
Well, Phil, you have always pointed at things, and you've done a lot of dumb things in your DSP tries it. Can we not? We can also go back to you making your fucking pasta sauce where you poured one big old cup of fucking sugar into it when it doesn't need that much.
Annex are saying that this is worth $10 million. Yes. Yeah, $10 million for powder.
Did he just say art? What does he think? He's Popeye?
No, Phil, he was imitating a seal laugh because that's how seals sound. Because when everyone makes fun of your laugh, they always bring up seals.
He thinks I sound like Popeye? There's this stupid meme that my laugh sounds like ack, ack, ack. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I laugh, do I say ack, 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 ack? No, I don't. I say, ha, 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 or, you know, or little things like that. It depends on what's going on in the game. But I never say ack, ack, ack. I've never said it once ever.
It's not.
Alright, so I left that going due to the fact that what he was trying to say back in the past where people make fun of his laugh, he tried to pretend that he laughed like, ha 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 ha, which he does not even laugh like that at all. Maybe the second laugh that he brought up, he does laugh like that. He also does the tahas and the goat laugh. But when something is really humorsome or he's trying to express laughter but it's forced, he will resort to using the ack ack ack. That's why people call it the ack ack ack.
Not fucking cocaine, okay? So, anyway, I digress. Excuse me. So, now we have to pour the boiling water.
Like his fucking face right now when he's watching this video, it speaks volumes. Like, my god, a picture can sell for 1,000 words. But in this case, it could sell a whole goddamn novel. Maybe a novel series.
Into this.
I'm laughing now because what you could tell, all he did is he tried to take my mannerisms and shove them in to act like it's funny. Just because you're impersonating someone's speech or mannerisms doesn't mean it's funny.
Yes, it does. Every single time that you see someone do an impersonation or an impression of a famous person, it's always going to be over-exaggerated. They could take the mannerisms and ham it up. That's what makes it funny. That's what makes Ludacris's video about you funny. But you don't understand comedy at all. Comedy is very subjective here, but the humor is lost over you.
He hasn't done a single thing insightful or funny yet.
Again, it's supposed to be a parody.
Okay.
He's just repeating things that I say. It doesn't have any sense to it. Like if I said that, it doesn't actually explain it because I'm doing something where something's not explained. He literally just said it is explained. There's a line on it that says fill level, but they don't explain what the fill level is. But it did. It's on the cup. So taking something I said as a mannerism and interjecting it into this is not funny. It just makes you stupid.
It's funny, though, because every single time you're reading the instructions, you fuck up the instructions. You do not follow the instructions.
What I'm doing is repeating what I've said out of context from what I would actually say it.
Then again, it shows that Ludacris actually looked into your videos, knows your mannerisms, and used it well, aka creating this amazing video. Again, shout out to Mr. Ludacris.
I don't think this guy actually understands the concept of parody. I don't think he understands it at all. All you're doing is repeating a saying that I say. That's not parody.
So, what I'm going to show is the definition of parody. Here it is. It is a parody, Phil. For a guy that claimed to be valedictorian, clearly has no idea what comedy is and what a parody is.
Okay. So, as we can see now, the hot water's in, and it's become less of a powder, okay? So, we're, as you can see, that does not look appetizing. Basically, this is just like I guess, student food for those idiots that instead of getting a full-time adult job and full-time adult house, they actually think that education is key. Well, you're a fucking idiot, because look what you're eating. Well, I'm getting paid thousands of dollars from Patreons and eating lobster and steak.
Oh, great. Phil just had to pause it there. Tell us, Phil, what did Ludacris do wrong here, and what are you not understanding?
Do you see? I mean, do you see where it all stirs from? I mean, he just revealed it right there. Absolutely.
How did he reveal anything? What did he reveal to you, Phil, in this parody? which is a joke about you.
He absolutely is saying, oh, you see, Phil's rich because he has all this money because he makes YouTube videos, and he doesn't deserve it. He's an asshole. So that, there you go.
Did he ever say that you didn't deserve it, Phil? Granted, you don't, because of the way that you treat people and how you still have a platform for breaking terms of service multiple times. But what he's doing, he's parroting it. You have said that when people get this type of food, the instant cup noodles, that it's made for college people or people who are poor. And you're insinuating that you would never eat that. And you said it multiple times, that you wouldn't eat something like that. It's like, Phil, we know how you operate. We know the type of shit that you said. And you're trying to say that, oh yeah, this isn't funny because I never did this. And they're just mad at it for it. When in reality, you're just getting even more mad about it because it's making fun of you.
This is incredibly similar. This is just this running pattern that I've seen over the years.
No, you've not detected any patterns at all. And I said patterns because that's how you would say it.
The people who dislike me the most are the people who secretly are the most jealous. It's true.
How are we jealous of you, Phil? That's the one thing that he always does. When it comes to detractors or anyone that's more successful than him, he'll always use the jealousy card, saying that everyone's jealous of my success, of what I did. They're just jealous. They're jealous. They wish they could have that. They wish that they could be like me. When in reality, Phil, no one wants to be like you. A panhandler on the internet that has their channel afloat by 4 to 5 people because they're your gullible idiots. Whatever you say, Phil, whatever delusions of grandeur that you have in your head that keeps you asleep at night.
This guy's insanely jealous that I'm able to make YouTube videos and make a living doing it. So he makes a video like this trying to make fun of me. He makes fun of my medical condition. He makes fun of my mannerisms of what I say. He hasn't done a single thing funny yet.
Who would want to be jealous of somebody that constantly complains that he's not getting enough support and he's not making enough money off of something? For someone that claims he has a successful YouTube channel of over 206,000 subscribers, he can barely afford to get any views on it. But yet, people in the detractor community can make more views than him, but we could put in more effort. He's just thinking that people that may have a lot more effort in their videos don't deserve the money because he does it for 15 years with no effort and no fucking energy or passion for it, but he should make all the money. Also, he has done something funny with it because he got your mannerisms down to a T, as well as using it as a way to make an entertaining video, which you do not like.
Look at the... Look at this. Look.
Here again, there's the Popeye laugh, because I laugh like Popeye, apparently. Okay.
Again, he doesn't understand that that's supposed to be a seal laugh, because DSP laughs like a seal when he's forcing out laughter.
Look at this. Yes, the noodles, they look like little dicks. I'm not even kidding. they look like little dicks. Like, yes. Here's a giant jar of a pot dicks. Yes.
God damn, just Phil's face after watching that. He's like, what the fun? I don't do that. He was trying to think of something to say with it that he doesn't do that. When in reality, Phil has done shit like this on DSP Tries It. You could tell that DSP could not think of anything to say after that. His mind, dspbrain.exe, has shut down and it's trying to reboot itself. Like, goddamn. Fuck. Yeah, you see him trying to speak, but no words are coming out. So he thinks resorting to switching it over to the question marks and stroking his non-existent full beard, he thinks that this is great. God damn, that beard is ugly. And he thinks that that's attractive. Phil just shaved the damn thing off. Yep, he still can't think of anything, but now I think something came into his head. A little spark of inspiration just came into his head.
Ladies and gentlemen, I made DSP Tries It for about 10 years. It started back when I was vlogging, and I retired it like maybe 5 years ago or so. Okay, officially, I bring it back every once in a while. Can you tell me once, ever, in the history of DSP Tries It, that I said that the food that I was about to eat looked like a bunch of dicks?
Okay, so two things with this. Number one, yes, you did do DSP Tries It. You retired it, not because you didn't want to do it anymore, but because you weren't making enough money on it. You couldn't find ways to try out foods to make money off of it because nobody cared.
I'm not offended or anything, but the thing is,
Clearly, you are offended because you're staring going, he's not saying anything funny about it. He doesn't know what parody is. Clearly, I'm not offended, by the way.
that is the average intelligence level of the person that doesn't like me. Do you understand?
And here we go. He's immediately going back to, all my detractors are idiots. They don't have an intelligent brain like I do. He's immediately making fun of them for not having any intelligence, but most of the detractors in the community actually are more intelligent than you are. For fuck's sake. We have people who are actual forensic psychologists. We have a lot of people who are more sound in music than you do. In art. In anything. They are more intellectually sound than you are. But yet you're just going to sit there going, yeah, they're just a bunch of idiots. They're a bunch of idiots. Look at me reacting to a video that was 6 years old. Yep, they're a bunch of idiots.
That's the intelligence level. That was not insightful. That was not funny. That was not even a criticism. It was just, let's take mannerisms that Phil says and repeat them.
AKA an impersonation, a parody of something. It was an over-exaggeration of your mannerisms made into a form of a parody. Phil, you need to understand that comedy is subjective. It very much is. But you're just sitting there going, he's not trying to be funny. If it wasn't funny, Phil, it wouldn't have gotten the views that it has already.
Let's make fun of a medical condition he legitimately has had his whole life he hates having.
No, it's not the fact that you have a medical condition. It's the fact you bring it up as a crutch. Every single time you're trying to paint yourself as the victim or trying to get sympathy out of your dent, you will always use it as a medical excuse. Oh, here's my medical condition. Feel sorry for me, even though it is easily treatable.
He can't even enjoy food with it, but let's make fun of him for it because,
You just made that up on the fly to make yourself look sorry.
he's an easy target. Let's be jealous that essentially he makes money making videos.
Nobody was jealous of the fact that you're making videos for money. Not at all. In fact, you're a goddamn case study of how not to stream, how not to make videos, and how not to interact with your audience.
Right? And then let's throw in random shit that literally he doesn't do, but let's act like he does it.
Even though you have done it, Phil. You just refuse to accept it.
And misrepresent him. That's the...
Phil, the only person that's misrepresenting yourself is yourself. Because you like to retcon everything that you've done and then paint it like, oh yeah, what he's making fun of me for? I never did that. Even though you have.
average level of the person who doesn't like me on the internet.
And how he just has to shake his head like, yeah, I agree with myself. Oh yeah, let me just hold on. Let me pat myself on the back. Ow, my herniated disc. Ah!
Do you see why I don't really care about the shit that they say and do and I ignored them?
So every single time you say you ignore us, you still want to bring us the fuck up. It's like a constant with you. You want to bring it up to make everyone feel sorry for you. Look at these mean people on the internet making fun of me, guys. Holds up the cup. Like, hey guys, you see this? This is my cup. I need to get money from everybody. Everyone who's gullible enough to believe my story.
Like, I'm not kidding. Those are the first time I've ever seen those two videos. I don't watch that kind of stuff. There's a good reason I don't.
Well, then again, Phil, didn't you say that people have linked you videos of detractor content? So you do know of them, and you have seen them, but you're just going to play ignorant and just say that I never watched it, but you have.
Because there's nothing valid to that at all.
Oh, there's plenty much things valid to it. I'm going to link down the two videos that he reacted to. Shout out to David Burnell, and shout out to fucking Mr. Ludacris for making those great videos.
That was a complete waste of everyone's fucking time. It had nothing valid to say. It had nothing to add.
It did, Phil. It really did. It was pointing out your shortcomings. It was pointing out things that you were doing wrong in the game, and also pointing out what you do for DSP Tries It.
It had no real criticism of anything. It was just repeat things for the sake of recognizing a meme.
I'm sorry, Phil. I thought the old DSP detractor content was actually better. It was actually really good, you guys. It was actually the best content you ever seen. You thought it was funny. But now you're seeing old DSP detractor content and you hate it. So it goes back to the point that you still hate detractor content. Doesn't matter if it's the old school or the new school.
And making fun of someone we don't like. That's the difference. It's not criticism, it's memeability. And memeability is stupid. It's the most brain-dead, mouth-drooling level of recognition you can get.
You could say that it's a memology about you, Phil.
Move this man!
This is also coming from the guy that tried to make his May 1st incident into a meme while making a joke about it, but the joke was already dead by the time he was talking about it.
It's a meme that Phil says this. It's a meme that Phil might go or snort because he has post-nasal drip.
It can be considered a meme, Phil, but it's also a mannerism that you have done.
Phil says dicks a lot in his videos.
Yeah, you say a lot of things about dicks, shit, piss, and having things up the ass. We've seen it all, Phil.
That's dumb memes. You know what I'm saying?
It's dumb memes that you make jokes on. You keep making jokes about dicks and ass and shit and piss and taking things up that. We've done it, Phil. Again, back to the whole thing about comedy being subjective. A comedian will always find a way to make fun of himself while entertaining an audience. Because if you know how to make fun of yourself, you know how to have a good sense of humor. Which is something that you don't have. But you're trying to force your sense of humor onto your audience that doesn't even like it.
That's not funny. That's not intelligent. That's stupid.
Then what's funny, intelligent to you, Phil? And what's not stupid to you? Poop jokes? Oh, those are fucking intellectual gold to you.
If you made that video, you're stupid. If you watched that video and you thought it was funny, you're stupid. And you need to realize that. You need to look in the mirror and say, what the fuck am I watching and laughing at?
What the fuck did I watch and I laughed at? I just watched a man look at a video that was 6 years old by an old school detractor that still makes content, and I thought, this guy actually got Phil's mannerisms down to a T, and it's fucking hilarious. And I'm watching a guy that is clearly insulted that the fact that people can make fun of him and make it more entertaining than himself react to it, and he just wonders, why is that people make content about me and it's very stupid, it's not funny, but let me tell you a scat joke for the millionth fucking time. Oh, those are funny. Why, guys, why are you all leaving? Why are you laughing at them but not me?
There's tons of things on this planet that are insightful and meaningful. There's tons of criticisms of me on the internet.
Yet you refuse to accept those criticisms. Instead, you look at it as a way to fucking poke fun at the detractors. Keyword in big quotes, poke fun. But you're finding ways to insult them. They don't have intelligence. They don't have nothing going on with their life. They're fucking losers. They need to look in the mirror and evaluate themselves and figure out what they're doing wrong with their life. When in reality, Phil, the one that needs to look in the mirror is you. Because you've done so much wrong in your fucking life and on the internet that it just speaks fucking volumes. Why do you think that as time goes on, there are more detractors coming out of the woodwork?
I would actually argue that This Is How You Don't Play video that we watched, what was it, last year, of Metal Gear Solid 2, was way better than what we just watched.
Nope, I'm gonna immediately stop you right there, Phil, because for the longest fucking time, you thought that Evil AJ, the creator of This Is How You Don't Plays, was a mentally ill idiot. You kept saying it over and over and over and over, that there were dumb kids making fun of you and thinking that it's not gonna go anywhere. It obtained close to 1 million views, or more. People saw that video and saw how you really treat your community, and they saw how you treat video games as a whole. And yet you're sitting there going, oh, I actually like This Is How You Don't Plays, while in reality, you don't like This Is How You Don't Plays, but you're going to try to save your own ass by praising Evil AJ, even though you have shat on him for years.
Way better. And, I don't like Evil AJ, but at least that video had valid things to say.
Even though it wasn't Evil AJ talking, he was using comments from your videos to do the talking for him. He did that because he was trying to show that everyone in your quote-unquote community at that time didn't like the way you played video games, and people called you an idiot for it. Even people that didn't even know who you are that came in saw you play Metal Gear Solid 2 and hated the way you were playing it, calling you an idiot.
And I can laugh at that and say, wow, my gameplay back then was trash.
Well, it's still trash to this day, Philip. It is always going to be trash.
My gameplay was terrible. I was rushing through the game. It was a joke. But
even though you still rush through games to this day, and you never really looked at it as a joke, you were actually serious about your gameplay, but try to retcon it into it being a character that you played. That it was a big shtick. Like I said, whatever makes you sleep at night, Phil.
But man, I can understand why people who liked the game didn't like me, and why This Is How You Don't Play of this style could exist.
Well, you hated Kojima for making it, and for years you kept shitting on Kojima for making it, and poking fun at him, again in big quotes, poking fun at him by making jokes that you thought were funny when they was just berating Kojima. It's like even Kojima looked at your videos and called you an angry little man.
And I'm sure there's tons of that. For example, I've heard that there's really popular This Is How You Don't Plays with me playing FromSoft games back in the day when I didn't get those.
Those are good videos too. But again, you don't like This Is How You Don't Plays or anyone that's making fun of you.
I totally get that. I will actually go out of my way and give Evil AJ and the people who made those more intelligent videos some credit.
Even though there are people in the new guard that can make really intelligent, like videos about you. Granted, sometimes we might stutter our words a lot, like I did in this video, but at least it's more intellectually sound and we're trying our best to entertain an audience and inform people. Something that you clearly cannot do.
Because now that I've seen the worst out there, you can compare that with stuff that actually had merit.
No, Phil, you have not seen the worst at all. You have not seen the worst detractor content out there.
I will give credit to those who made This Is How You Don't Plays that were good.
No, you won't. You still won't do it. Instead, you want the This Is How You Don't Plays that show off your wins like the ones that you tried doing on KO Gaming.
That was actually good stuff. That shit we just watched for the last 25 minutes was complete trash.
No, it wasn't. It was actually comedy gold. But again, you don't know what comedy is if it bit you on the ass.
There was nothing to be said. There was no valid criticism, memeable nonsense for morons with just no intelligence level at all. And
so, compared to your content, which is actually no intelligence at all, and you think that it is, compared to what you watched, I would rather watch what you just watched compared to you.
And that is the level of the person on the internet that doesn't like me, and that's what I'm dealing with on a daily basis.
And here we go, back to generalizing the whole entire detractor community and people that like detractor content, calling y'all idiots for liking detractor content. That's how Phil sees y'all. He will not respect your opinion, and he will not do any such thing.
It's no wonder. Really, it's no fucking wonder, right?
And there he goes banning people.
At all. That this is the situation that I face with.
Well, Phil, the reason why you think that this is a battle that you go up against every single time is because you don't know how to laugh at yourself. Instead, you get overly defensive over things that you shouldn't be overly defensive about. Learn to laugh it off and move on. But instead, you're going to sit there grabbing your fucking hatchet and going to battle against these people for a war that you'll clearly lose.
What's hilarious is that Tractor D guy literally just started insulting and then says, I'm not supporting anymore. So fuck him. He's banned for good.
Oh, God. For those that don't know, Tractor D was someone that came in and gave Phil members. And as soon as Tractor D said something that was against what Phil was talking about, having their own opinion, Phil didn't like that. He banned them.
He ain't coming back. He's an asshole. He fucking comes in here and he starts saying toxic stuff about Derek and he starts insulting me. You can go fuck yourself. And take all your fucking memberships with you too.
So much for Tractor D. Oh yeah, a good play on words for detractor. Ack. Now turns down to go fuck yourself and take the members with you. Goodbye, Tractor D. And guess what, Phil? That fucking membership count that you had is gonna go down even more now.
Asshole. Seriously, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're gonna come in
Says the piece of shit asshole that banned him.
here and be toxic to everyone because you think you contributed? Fuck off. No one needs you here.
Then again, Phil, what have you contributed to society that can give you the right to criticize people, or, excuse me, insult people? Because you think you're being critical about it, but you're not at all. Oh, God, this is just a fucking train wreck for him.
All right? But what's hilarious is how much you want to bet that's probably one of these kind of people. How much do you want to bet he was one of them, making those shit videos, and now he's upset because he just got exposed for being a fucking hack on the internet, so now he's all upset about it and shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Not only is he trying to generalize detractor content and people who enjoy detractor content, but he's generalizing Tractor D for it. He likes to do this, where he will generalize what people are liking and how they are in real life. Because Phil is so insecure that that's what he does in real life, being an idiot and not providing anything intellectual. Oh, God. It's just too much. What next? Is he gonna say he's an alcoholic? Don't hurt him. Don't talk shit about me. I'm alcoholic.
You're a fucking moron.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby.
Listen to this question, everyone. I swear to you, you're gonna be like, what in the hell is going on? Here we go.
Okay, I'm getting myself ready. What is it, Phil?
Do you think incest can be morally neutral? Why or why not? The main objection towards incest is birth deformities. What about same-sex relationships? What would be the objection there? You can't say it's weird or gross because that would be an objection towards emotion and not logic. You can't say it's wrong because society says it's wrong. You can't appeal to society because society gets things wrong all the time, like gay marriages. You can't say society has progressed and evolved from incest because society's progress doesn't inherently determine moral neutrality. Moral assessments are typically based on potential harm or consent. So what exactly is wrong with two 18-year-old brothers or sisters having a sexual relationship, assuming there is no power dynamics that are at play?
I have to ask the question that one of his own chat members asked. Who asked this? What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with people to ask Phil this?
Yes, someone actually is trying to ask me, a random game streamer on YouTube, this question.
Phil, you have gotten asked questions about religion and politics, and you answered them. What the fuck?
And expecting that I'm going to have an intelligent answer. Alright? However...
Oh no, Phil, you never had any intelligent answers to any questions that were given to you. So why do you think you could have an intelligent answer for this?
However, are you ready for this? Here is my quick take on it. Alright?
Oh God, no, Phil, no, just no.
Alright? It's this simple. On this planet Earth, you can do whatever you want.
What? What the fuck? What? Phil, a normal person with a good brain, with brain cells, would tell you that's fucking wrong and no, don't do it. Why would you answer it like this? What is wrong with you?
There's no one out there that can stop your action. What they can stop is the consequences to your action. Do you...
Phil, that just be fucking out. It's against the law, then fuck. Phil, just stop.
understand? So, excuse me, what they can do is have consequences for your actions, what I meant to say.
Yeah, because we all know that actions have consequences, pimp.
You can have any relationship you want on Earth.
God, Phil, stop. Fucking stop.
You could be in love with your brother or sister. You could be in love with a rock. You could be in love with an elephant. You do it however you want, right?
Incest is not wincest, Phil. It's clearly like it's obvious. What sparked you to do this? Were you thinking you were going to get clipped for this? Congratulations, you got what you wanted.
But then you have to live with the consequences, correct? And I think that's what a lot of people have issues with, is they don't understand how consequences work in life. So
Phil, why Why are you adding on to that? You could just say, no, incest is wrong and move on. But no, you had to sit there and think, I'm going to sound intelligent while giving the answer to this question, when it's just making it worse.
They think, is there free will? Is there not? Is there this? Is there that?
Oh, now we're bringing in free will into this.
Well, in life, you have to live with consequences of what you do, correct? Personally, for me, if you're saying you're looking for a romantic partner on this planet, correct? Does it not make more sense to find a romantic partner of someone out there who you have not spent a significant amount of time of your life with, but you find someone who's the right person, and you have that time period where you get to know them better, you find out what your similarities are, what your differences are, you essentially find that one in a million who's right for you.
Phil, you have no idea what romance is. You really fucking don't. And yet you're sitting there going, oh, why is it that you can't be in a relationship with somebody that you have spent years with, that you've known since you were kids, growing up to adulthood, that you can't be in a relationship with that? I can bring you a personal example. My brother, his wife, he has been together with that person for a long ass time. And you want to know the fun fact about it? They were high school sweethearts. And then they grew up and they were still together. And they got married and it was all happiness. And the thing is with this, Phil, they knew each other because they built a bond with each other ever since that time. You could be friends with somebody and know everything that they like and dislike and then get together with them. Things like that can happen with relationships. But Phil's sitting there going, no, you can't do that. Find someone that's one in a million that has that fucking things that are against it. Granted, opposites attract, but Phil, how did you get this out of that question?
Now, even that statement may be an over-exaggeration, because in reality, do you really think that everyone who falls in love is one in a million? Probably not.
Well, then again, Phil, everyone has that. But then again, the thing about relationships is that it's always going to be a trial and error. You may believe you found someone that is right for you, but at the end of the day, when it breaks apart, you're going back to square one. Most of the time, you might have to play musical beds to try to figure out the one that matches. There can be such thing as the one, but there are people out there that don't believe in the one. Everyone has their own thing when it comes to romance and relationships, but you should not be giving advice on this.
Probably, it's people who they find someone who they get along with, and then they want to spend the rest of their life with because they get along and they support each other and they love each other, etc., etc. It's probably not a one in a million thing, correct?
Well, then again, Phil, people can believe whatever they want when it comes to love. It could be a one in a million shot, or it could be something out of a fucking fairy tale. People can have their own opinion about it.
However, when it comes to who on earth are we going to be romantic with, if you're someone you've already grown up with, someone who spent a significant amount of your time with, a brother, a sister, a family member already, right? Doesn't really have much meaning, does it? In my opinion, that doesn't make any sense to me. Of all the people who I'd want to spend the rest of my life with, it's not the people I spent my young years with. You know what I mean? Listen, I love my family, but for me to have a romantic relationship with someone for the rest of my life, I want to have someone who I went out there and I found someone who was meaningful to spend time with, who isn't me or isn't part of that core family that I've already have been forced to be with.
Phil, you could choose who you want to be with for the rest of your life. You could choose who you want to be friends with, but you can never choose your family because you're born into it. And him saying that, oh, you can't fall in love with someone that you spent all your young years with. Again, my brother, who met his fucking wife, that were high school sweethearts. They know each other since they're in elementary school, and they grew up, and they spent time together. As time went on, they found more things that they had in common with. They found some things that they didn't have in common. But you want to know something about it, Phil? They still made it work. And they're married. They're happy now. They're happy in the life that they've made for each other. But Phil's sitting there going, oh yeah, you can't have sex with your family. Well, no fucking shit. Because that's looked down upon, and that's fucking disgusting.
Do you understand? That's romance, is you find someone out there who you really connect with, but you've been through different life experiences, you've been through different things. Your brother and sister, you have not been, you're living in the same house. You've essentially had the same life, right? Especially your formative years.
Yeah, we got that, Phil. We understand that. And the whole thing with romance, though, is that you clearly don't know what that is. What, you think that sliding into a girl's DM, say, I can fix your OBS problem? Oh, just get married to me, just be with me, and get rid of your social media. There, OBS problems are fixed.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all. That people would want to be with someone who's a family member or anything like that. If anything, listen, do you like to get together with your family around the holidays or for special events or whatever? Keep them close. Sure, you care about them, you love them, a platonic love of your family. But I wouldn't ever romantically fall in love with someone I was growing up with as a family member. It doesn't even, that whole idea of romantic love doesn't make sense to me. It's not the same. You see what I mean?
Phil, why are you thinking more into this? You could just say, incest is not wincest and move on from it. But no, you're continuing this fucking answer to the question that should have been ended a while ago. Should have ended like 3 minutes ago.
For me, I want, me and my wife, we come from totally different backgrounds. We do. And that's an amazing thing that we bring our own life experiences into the relationship we have together to make a unique union.
If it was so unique, Phil, and you actually came from 2 different families, why is it that Kat's family wants nothing to do with you? Why is it you want nothing to do with your own family, Phil? Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It's those different experiences that allow us to become almost a whole that works together.
Not really, Phil. You have shown nothing in your marriage that shows that your marriage can work with Kat. Nothing has been shown. Instead, the only times we've seen her, she looks awkward. Looks like she doesn't want to be there. Doesn't want to do anything with you. Every single time you're telling her, hey, let's do something together, honey. No, I'm just going to play Starfield all day. Go fuck off somewhere else. I'm going to play things my own way. I'm going to do whatever I want. Do whatever you want. It's not interesting at all.
If we were people who grew up in the same situation, the same house, the same everything, you're 2 of the same person. How is that anything that's meaningful?
But then again, Phil, you and your wife live in the same house. So why is it that you're trying to relate this to that?
You know what I'm saying? So.
And now he's biting his nail because he's like, I want people to believe it. I look at my chat. I don't think they got it.
Very simply put, it's, it has nothing to do with societal norms. It has to do with the whole notion of what romance really should be.
No, it has a lot to do with society. Phil? It has to do with romance. Get the fuck out of here.
What it is, that's my take on it.
It's a very fucked up take, and it's a very stupid one.
But the thing is, you can do whatever you want.
Fuck this. I'm moving on. This just broke my goddamn mind. Oh, what do you think about incest, Phil? Do whatever you want. Who does this? Honestly, today's DSP versus the internet provided us with such gold dust due to the fact that he completely went unhinged when it came to that question, as well as the detractor content that he had to watch. And yet somehow he says that we gave it to him, which was not the case. But later on, he went on to play Mortal Kombat 1. Originally, I was not going to cover it, but yet he made a point about Mr. Ludacris.
How did my screens develop holes? My screens in my windows had holes when I moved in. The previous owners, get this, were so stupid and lazy. They had a satellite TV system installed. So guess how they ran the satellite cable lines into the house? They pumped holes through the fucking screens.
Yep, time to insert in, I don't know how many excuses for this, but I'm going with number 27 of how the previous homeowners were shitty people.
They didn't drill a hole in the wall like you're supposed to. They actually ripped holes in the screens and didn't repair the screens, just left giant holes in them.
Well, then again, Phil, this is the problem with you. It's like, we don't believe you when it comes to this.
So when I moved in, both screens in both of these office windows had giant missing holes and problems unweaving in the bottom corners.
Then again, though, why would they put the satellites on the second floor? I mean, for God's sakes, Phil, most people would actually put it downstairs. Or the common area to do things is in the living room. Really makes you wonder what goes on through Phil's house.
Now, obviously, this was not stuff that I saw was going to happen, and I don't have, screens are expensive, especially for a window like this. It's a custom window. It's not a standard size. This would probably cost me several $100s if more to get a custom screen fixed. So I just tape it up every year.
And right at this point, it's like, Is Phil trying to beg for more money here, or is he trying to create a new grift here? I'm going with both of them being the case. Oh god, demons.
The React show was decent today, I would say. There was some good stuff, some really weird stuff.
Well, let's just say that the decent stuff, as he liked to describe it, it was actually really good because it created such gold dust. The weird stuff... Do I need to repeat myself with the weird shit?
What can I say? What I find funny, I'll just say this. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, actually, on the podcast more in depth, okay?
So he's giving us like a sneak preview of what's going to happen. This is going to be great.
So there were 2 videos that could be considered detractor videos, all right?
I love how he has to put the air quotes of detractor content, but Phil, those are from your detractors. I mean, for God's sake, who has a channel called David Burnell? Who really does? And also, Ludacris has been doing detractor content on you for years.
From over the years. They weren't necessarily really nasty videos or anything like that. One of them,
but yet you got offended by it. You started criticizing, in quotes, on the video about the DSP parody. You say that you weren't offended, but yet you were offended.
one was criticizing my gameplay of GTA 3 from like 12 years ago.
But then again, Phil, that video that you reacted to, the first one, again, linked below, is an old video.
And one of them was actually a parody of like a DSP Tries It that I had done of Cup Noodles.
No, Phil. No, it was a parody of your overall DSP Tries It. Not about your cup noodle video, but again, you overthought about everything that happened.
So I'm watching and I'm realizing these aren't very good. You know, like I've seen much better. I've seen This Is How You Don't Play videos that are much better quality.
Yeah, you started praising Evil AJ. You say, I don't even like Evil AJ, but I praise Evil AJ. But yet, you're criticizing detractor content as a whole, saying that people that enjoy it are dumbasses, but yet your content is supposed to be intelligent. When in reality, it's quite the opposite.
Oh my God, why are you so dumb sometimes? Because you want me to be toxic. You want me to watch detractor videos of people who say nasty shit about me and my family to upset me. No, we're not doing that because I'm not a jackass like you. So,
you know, past Phil was actually against watching detractor content. But then, for some weird reason, he decided to say, hey, I'm going to watch detractor content. Like the one with the controller slams, didn't necessarily care for the one about the GTA 3 playthrough, but hated Ludacris's video. It's like, Phil can never win either or, but at the same time, he's just making us well known.
So I'm criticizing the videos much like anything else, and immediately my haters are going crazy. Oh my God, he doesn't get it, blah, blah. I was like, no, I get it. It's just that these videos suck, much like most of the crap you guys put out. You could easily criticize me in an entertaining manner. You just failed to do so in the 2 videos you submitted for this week. These videos are not entertaining, nor do they actually factually say anything about me. They're just terrible videos that you selected.
Phil, nobody in the detractor community came together and said, hey, we're going to send these 2 videos over to Phil. Instead, you're making assumptions that we sent them to you to react so we could get your approval. Phil, us detractors don't give a shit about your goddamn approval. You can watch our videos till the cows come home, but we don't give a fuck about your validations or approvals. Instead, your fans, the ultra members or the standard support members, were the ones that gave you the videos. None of us did that.
You could have found many better videos than this to submit, and you didn't. You submitted 2 of the worst possible fucking ones.
Again, Phil, no one in the detractor community did that. It was your fans. Also, continuing the point of what you're saying about, oh, people can be critical and be entertaining. There are plenty of people that go after your ass harder than what you would expect. We got Chill Murray. We got the Tractor Beam. We got Raven's Dolphin. We have a whole plethora of detractor content that's really good. But yet you're sitting there going, yeah, you detractors sent me 2 shitty videos. Try again, dummies.
And then it's hilarious because I guess the video that I criticized, the parody DSP Tries It, the guy who made it, I guess, posted, he goes, oh, I broke Phil. My video broke Phil.
Big ups, Ludacris.
You didn't break me. I'm telling you, you suck.
Woo!
I basically roasted your ass, showing how bad your fucking video was.
You didn't even roast him. Your fucking roasts were weak. Like a really badly prepared dish. You were cooking something up, but nothing of value was there. It was just made with like rotten meat, and it was very underprepared. Meanwhile, Ludacris's comment cooked up nicely. Cause it's true.
could have done much better, and it wasn't funny. It was just stupid. You're an idiot.
Oh, I can only imagine how Ludacris's response is whenever he reacts to it. I cannot wait.
Wow, what a comeback. What a comeback, dude.
That's what Phil's, like, you know, brain cells are thinking right now. They're like, yeah, that was an epic comeback. But it was just weak sauce, bro.
You didn't even fucking break me. You're a dunce. How do you not understand that I can criticize things on the internet and make you look like a jackass like I did? You didn't break me.
Phil, the majority of that video was you speechless. Your brain fucking crashed, and you couldn't even think of anything clever to say. Instead, all you did was ask the form of a question to what Ludacris was making fun of you in the video. And there's much more of that. And then you decided to skip it, calling it really bad content, saying that Evil AJ's was better. Because of that, you lost a whale. Congrats. You're playing yourself all the way through. Hope we're dancing around rent-free in your head.
It's me actually watching it for the first time in like 7 fucking years.
Well, then again, this right here kind of discredits his points here. Say he's never seen it before, and now it's like the first time in 7 years. So which is it? Have you seen it or have you not?
And realizing how stupid my actual detractors are to think that that's quality stuff. It's junk.
Okay, so do you want us to go around panhandling like you do for money? No, we don't do that. Do you want us to stoop to your level and just insult you all the way through? I mean, we could. It would be more entertaining than what you put out.
Again, I actually enjoyed watching This Is How You Don't Play.
No, you didn't. You did not enjoy it. Again, whenever you first saw This Is How You Don't Play, you shat on them for years, and then you tried to capitalize it by getting other people to edit the videos for you, and those videos were shit compared to the OG This Is How You Don't Play creators.
Metal Gear Solid 2. That was actually really well done in my opinion. As much as I don't like Evil AJ, I thought it was a really well done video.
Of course you like it because it's well thought out and edited, even though we, as a detractor community, could create a lot of good things out of it. But you, sitting there, trying to defend yourself, saying, yeah, I'd like Evil AJ's content. Pretty soon, he'll go back to hating on Evil AJ.
Gee, that's fair. I lost half my health on a fight.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now we're going into the Mortal Kombat shit. Also, Phil, you did not lose half your fucking health. You really didn't. At first, you lost about 40%.
What the fuck? And she blocked.
Ah, look at him spamming NPCs. Yeah, he's so good.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
No. Get good.
First of all, she hits you for like triple damage of what she should. Because she's only hit me once or twice, but she's taking my whole energy bar. And then she just has super armor, so she interrupts every move you do. Wow.
Wow, I'm so glad I spent $120 on this. Wow.
That's really a fun.
Wait, what? How did you say that again, Phil?
Move you do.
Let's go back. How did you say that again? Hang on, slow motion time.
Wow. That's really a fun.
That's really a fun, and you're really a stupid.
I have finally received a tip tonight. Our first tip of the night after an hour is a $2 tip.
$2 within a span of an hour. My God, how glorious.
And this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I got a $2 tip from an idiot. I'm not even going to read it. In fact, I'm not even going to add it to the leaderboard because it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Okay.
So he just doesn't even bother reading the message, doesn't even bother announcing who it was, and just pockets the money and kicks the guy out. Like, if Phil was a fucking restaurant or a club. I'll just say a club just to be safe. He would be the guy owning the club. He's going around, and you have his normals, his regulars, the ones that don't contribute, but they're just there to, quote unquote, have a good time. Then all of a sudden the whales come in. That's his VIPs. They get the special lounge area with the lap dances and the private shows. And then you have people that come in that give money to him, but yet doesn't do anything for that messages, calls them idiots, pockets the money, and gets the bouncer, quote unquote, to kick him out. But since there are no bouncers around, he throws them out himself. And they complain about his herniated back.
What a moron. All right.
Yeah, what a moron giving me money. Thanks for the money, dummy.
Let's continue. A dumb thing.
Yeah, dumb thing, which I'm not going to read.
All right, guys. So, good place for me to stretch. Get up and stretch my legs.
Now he's going to go cry somewhere else because he doesn't want people to see him cry again like he did for Chrono Trigger.
And it would sure be great, guys, if you're here tonight and enjoying the stream, if you could support it. Right now, I'll be honest, incredibly slow support tonight. I know I started late, but 1 tip, 2 super chats, 0 memberships, 69 likes. 69.
I wonder why. Due to the fact that you kind of went off on an unhinged rant throughout the DSP versus the internet, and you're expecting people to stick around. How dense do you think people are, Phil?
Thanks. Yeah, any support tonight would be appreciated, guys. All right, please. You know, I paid a lot of money for this game, honestly.
Yeah, I knew he was going to bring this up. I said that jokingly, but I'm surprised he brought it up again.
To get it early, and I'll be honest, I don't really think that people are liking it that much. From what I...
No, because you're playing invasion mode, which nobody cares. And I remember the last time someone was asking you about online, you told them to shut the fuck up.
I've seen, it seems like people are actually more eager to see me play like Street Fighter.
Or you playing this game online, which you're ducking like a bitch.
Which is sad, because it's a brand new fighting game, and people had to say, would I play it, and they wanted to see me play it, which is why I paid extra to play it early.
No, Phil, nobody told you to play the game early. You did that yourself. Don't put it on the audience that quote-unquote told you that they want to see you play it early. Instead, they might have said, hey, are you going to cover Mortal Kombat 1 when it comes out? Instead, you just took the game, it's like, hey, I'm going to get this refunded, and I'm going to go buy the game early so I can play it for y'all. To nobody caring.
Because I knew that you guys were going to want to see Lives of P on Tuesday.
Well, yeah, a Soulsborne knockoff after you're complaining about Soulsborne knockoffs.
But, it doesn't seem like people are really liking it that much. I'll be honest, you know, I think it's okay. I'm not in love with it or anything. I think it's all right.
But yet, you say you like Mortal Kombat. Not as much as Street Fighter, but you love all kinds of fighting games.
And I think as I play with more characters, it'll be fun to see the fatalities or whatever. But
if you could ever get the fatalities, numbnuts.
I'm not into the game for competitive play. People screaming, we want online play, are idiots. I'm not.
How are they idiots, Phil? They're just asking if you're going to do online. But you're telling them to shut the fuck up and watch me play how I want to play. And nobody wants to stick around. Because you're yelling at the audience to stop talking about online play. And now you're just going to call them idiots. And now you're expecting money to be thrown at you for it? Get fucked.
Playing this game competitively. I will do online play eventually once we unlock all the content, as I've told you I would.
Yeah, that's his excuse. I'm trying to unlock all the content, you guys, so I can enjoy the game online better. Now, for pulling up Tekken 7, where you skipped online for a long while until you had enough of your fans yelling at you, in quotes, to play the fucking online features.
But I'm not going to get into the game competitively, ever.
But then again, here's where lies the problem with that, Phil. You say you're not going to play it competitively, but we've seen you play Street Fighter 6. You lie to yourself saying you're playing it casually, but you still play it at a competitive mindset.
Ever. I'm not going to care about it. It's a whole new slew of characters. It's a whole new gameplay style. It plays nothing like Street Fighter whatsoever.
Even though there wasn't really any new characters. It was from the other series, Phil.
I don't really like it. I played...
Or the other games, excuse me.
The beta, I didn't like it. It's just basic high-low mix-ups and basic juggles with these cameos. I don't really like it that much.
No, Phil, you didn't like the beta because you kept complaining about the connections. Even though the connections were fine, you didn't like it because the connections are bad. Also, I got my ass kicked way too many times in this game. It's not fun.
So, you know, I'm enjoying it for what it is, but I knew I wasn't going to be in love with it or anything. You know,
If you didn't like the beta, then why'd you buy this fucking game, Phil? Never mind. I kind of answered my own question in my head. Day 1 views.
wasn't going to sit here. I never told you guys I was playing it online. The earliest I'm even playing this online is Wednesday. As I said, maybe the daytime stream. Phil is
Sure you are, Phil. Sure you are.
scamming his viewers in this video. Go check it out.
Well, past Phil, you're not wrong.
So, again, if you could support the stream tonight, please do. I don't understand how this is literally the slowest support stream I've had in months.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is now the low support stream in months? I thought the other game, what was it? Amnesia the Bunker was your low support stream in years.
When it's a brand new game, that tells me you basically don't want this game. That's what that tells me.
No, Phil. You shouldn't give a fuck about the money at all. Play the game if you enjoy it. But you're using the audience as, like, a convenient tool. Oh, they're not liking it, so I'm just gonna drop it because they're not liking it. But how do you know if they like it or not, Phil? Alright, you don't. Instead, you're looking at the money counter and you're going, they don't like it that much. I only made $7.
I had more support last night for Chrono Trigger.
And we remember Chrono Trigger. You only made, what, $10?
I had more support for every single game I've played. The other day I did an impromptu stream of Street Fighter 6 and it did well.
Yeah, you want to bring up the impromptu stream. The stream on your day off just because your wife cucked you for Starfield.
Well, someone tipped me $1 and he says, I think you're
Today, Junior.
setting bad goals for yourself because on your daytime stream you're saying things like, oh, you want to hit 1 tip goal a day. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah. Good one on that tip message for pointing out what Phil said. He just wants 1 tip goal a stream. Doesn't matter what stream it is. He just wants to hit that $50. So that just bit him right in the ass.
All right, I don't want to really commandeer the Mortal Kombat stream with this, okay?
But you're going to anyway.
The reason that I have tip goals in place is because that's essentially what I need to make a living and pay the bills and everything.
No, you don't need it to pay the bills. You just want it to scam people out of money. You want to put on the glasses, the hat, and the vest to try to stick it up to the detractors. But in reality, you're so full of greed that you want money every single time. Hoagie's a calling, Phil. He's not happy that you hadn't pleasured him yet.
And I don't need to hit it every single day, every goal. But the whole point was that with those goals in place, hopefully I'm hitting a goal every once in a while, if not more than one.
Sure, whatever you're saying to keep yourself sleeping at night, Phil.
You know what I mean? So the way it used to be was that every once in a while I hit a tier 2 or a tier 3 tips goal, then that day is good and I don't have to worry about the rest of the day.
No, that's a big load of horse shit right there, Philly boy, due to the fact that you still want people to give you money, even more, and you beg for money, even more. Sure, you may hit $180 on a day stream, but when the night stream comes rolling, you're not making diddly dick, as you like to call it, then you start complaining. Guys, I really need that money. I really, really do. Come on, guys. Why don't you give me money? Oh, I'm playing this game for you guys. You asked for it.
But essentially, yeah, I'm trying to hit a goal every stream. That's the whole point.
No. You said it didn't matter. You just want to hit a 1 stream. So it doesn't matter if your daytime or your nighttime streams. You just want to hit $50 at least once a day. Which doesn't mean once for both streams. But it also kind of confirmed what I mentioned earlier, way earlier when I streamed, that Phil wants to hit that every single stream.
You see, when I was on Twitch, I had not 600 members like I had here. I had 800 to 1,000 members every month.
Yeah, because you had more support back then. More whales that you can cry to when you need money.
And I never got those back.
No, because as soon as you left for YouTube again, you had some people following you. The rest of them didn't want to follow you to YouTube.
So that's income I used to have that I'm like, okay, we can make up with that with tips now, right?
Yay, reliving the whole glory days, yay.
And for a while, I mean, earlier this year it was working. For some reason, these last few weeks, things have been like slowing down, and I don't know why. Because it's the new game season. This is usually when things pick up.
It's probably because you're kind of losing yourself, Phil. I mean, for God's sake, more people are opening their eyes to what you're doing, and they don't want to support anymore. You already lost a few whales earlier this year, or a few months ago. So you're not going to get that support back anytime soon. Especially since you doxed Jinx and Jax Rexer.
So that's what I'm a little concerned about. If people are misunderstanding, I guess, I don't want to talk about money all the time. I just don't.
But yet, you always beg. You always tell them, guys, I'm not making that money. It's a slow support stream. Please give me money.
You know, I think that's stupid. But yeah, I do need tip support. So I hope that I get it.
No, Phil, you don't need tip support. You just want someone to enable your addictions.
Oh, he needs this today, he needs tips, he needs this. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I love how past Phil is like saying shut the fuck up, but Phil's the kind of person that will never listen to himself and he never learns from the past because he thinks that him changing means that he failed. When in reality, he was already a failure. Today was such an interesting day. He reacts to detractor content, but yet wants to criticize detractors and generalize them all as a whole as a bunch of mouth-drilling idiots like he likes to do. But yet fails to realize that when people like the detractors make content, they're doing it to both entertain and inform their audience. But Phil doesn't want to see that because he doesn't want his detractors to be successful at anything. But then later on goes on to give that really weird fucking answer to a question that someone asked him as a super question. Why the fuck would he answer that type of bullshit on his stream when all he could just say is, no, that is not acceptable, that is wrong. Could have just said that, but he wanted to prove his intelligence to the world by answering it in the dumbest way possible. But yet wants to go on Mortal Kombat 1, bringing up Ludacris yet again, and then complain that he's having a low support night. Phil, the reason why you have low support streams is because of the way that you act. DSP versus the internet was definitely a clear indication that you are a toxic human being. You don't give a fuck about anyone but yourself, and you want to be the guy that says, I'm right, you're wrong, and if you don't agree with me, get the fuck out and take your memberships and your money with you. But in reality, you'll just pocket the money and just kick them out regardless. Well, if you really cared about making your channel a success more and more, and you want to make yourself more relevant, stop doing shit like that, Phil. Stop caring about the money and just stream for the hell of streaming. But since you won't do that, you'll just be at the bottom, like all the rest of the lolcows.